Mr. Mann, Vincent, do you mind if I call you Vinny?
Go ahead.
Great. Vin, it's good to have you here today. You know, we're at the cusp of something very exciting here at American Ocean Productions. The reason why you're here, we're expanding, we're doing things. We have some major features under our belt. You've probably seen The Italian. Most people have. Huh? Good flick. And what we're really interested in doing is bringing back the old studio system, the famed heyday of the 30s and 40s when it really meant something to be under contract and locked in for a long time to one particular studio. There was power there, and we're trying to reestablish that here at American Ocean Productions. We're an independent studio, but as you know, we work in conjunction with the other major film studios, and we're interested in looking at young, hot talent like yourself. By the way, I loved your last film. May I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did the monkeys actually speak, or was that dubbed in?
Well, we had actually a kind of a combination of trained monkeys that could mouth some things, and then we got Ben Affleck to put in some of the voices. And
I would have never known it was him.
Well, oh yeah, he's
excellent.
He's good sometimes.
Because here's what I'm thinking. All right, Act 3, giant spider. What are your thoughts?
A little bit overdoing it, just because we've already got the flying dog and the hookers.
It's been tested, and it's a fact. I've done the research. I'm not a Scientologist, but I've done the research, and giant spiders sell. People are scared of giant spiders. I'm walking into a theater. I'm expecting some sort of a big explosion. I get a giant spider. I'm scared. So I'm thinking for this puppy to really take off, we're going to need to put in a giant spider somewhere. I'm thinking Act 3. You want to, hit it home right before that last big shot.
You don't think that's been overdone?
We're talking about a big budget studio film. Overdone is just, it's not in the vocabulary, it's not in the lingo. I want you to be thinking more along the lines of how we're going to make it happen, not how did they do it here, or I saw it there. Yes, you saw it there, and you saw it here, but I want to see it again, and I want to see a bigger spider. You know what I mean? That's all it takes sometimes, size. And there are camera tricks, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You could actually take a small spider, make it look bigger. All right, Vin. It's time we cut to the chase. I'm gonna get in my zone right now, taking the sandals off. I'm gonna relax. If my eyes close, it's not that I'm not paying attention, it's that I'm visualizing. All right, that's how I think. I'm a visual thinker. Sometimes you got to tell me, because I'm also auditory as well. But I also need to close my eyes sometimes and get a real image. For example, when we're talking about spiders, boom, I saw a spider. I was excited. I want you to take me there right now. I want you to take me there. I'm in the theater. I want you to take me there. I'm in seat 107, dead center of the theater. What am I seeing, Vin?
An epic war movie. And yes, I know that they've been doing it, only this time, not instead of World War II, instead of the American Revolution, instead of the Spanish...
Yeah, okay, I get it. War. Yeah. Which war? Which war?
Here it is. All of them in one big war, and you get all the famous.
Now, when you say all of them, do you mean all of them, the Europeans, the Africans? I mean, all of them, the what?
Yes, all of the wars in one. You have the main one, which is kind of you get all the evil villains of war throughout history. Adolf Hitler in the same war room as Napoleon.
I can see that.
You get those two people together.
It's sort of like a Dr. Strangelove meets Bill and Ted's. I like that. I like it. Go with it. I got in a fist fight when I was a kid once, so we all have our stories of war.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so yeah, you have all those wars together, and just to throw people off, a new one as well, World War III, and that gives us the opportunity to come up with...
Now you're saying that there are also fictional characters.
Well, the war itself is incidental, because it's going to be a love story.
Isn't that going to throw people? You have a historical piece, a time piece, and then now we have fictional fictional wars?
It gives us the opportunity to revolve around different characters. There's going to be the main pair of characters. They're going to be the main love interest because, you know, it's...
I don't know. This thing it sounds a little flimsy, man. You're losing me. I gotta sit up for a minute here. I'm getting frustrated.
If it's less than 3.5 hours before that, we can certainly put that in there. But the war is incidental.
Did you say 3.5 hours?
Well, that's standard for a war movie, you know.
That'll never sell. My God, man. You got to think 90. That's going to be your number, your magic number from now on, 90. 89 is even better, 90. All right, we're thinking replay in the Cinemaplex, okay? Let's get realistic here for a minute. A 3-hour war movie it translates to a trilogy, not a 3-hour movie.
That's why we're going to be jumping from war to war, so that way it won't feel like just one long movie. It'll feel like, you know, everybody's always off balance. As soon as you think you're getting comfortable with something, all of a sudden...
All right, Ben, here's what I liked about Caucasian Sunday. When I saw Caucasian Sunday, and I saw it, you know, good film, 82 minutes, I believe, was your running time. Solid film. What I liked about Caucasian Sunday was it made me feel like a Caucasian. You know, I had the experience. I knew the lingo. I knew the walk. I had the mentality. I was able to walk out of that theater and say, man, I feel like a Caucasian, you know? And it was a Thursday, something like that. I don't even recall what day it was exactly. But you sold me. You sold me on the idea. The costumes were flashy. The editing, real choppy. I like that. Very much like a Britney Spears video. It was exciting. It looked like I was watching a Britney Spears video in France. I was right there. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? And the thing is that I thought, this has got appeal. You know, we're talking, it had the romance, it had the action, the romance. It was a good movie. And by romance I mean all that nudity. Exciting. You don't get a lot of that right now in the post-Clinton era. And that's fine. You know, I want to see that. I want that visceral experience. You know, that's what American Ocean Productions is all about, with the exception of our Legoland version of Phantom of the Opera.
So, okay. Here's the big one. I was saving it for DreamWorks, but I'm going to give it to you. Picture this. Okay. Fraggle Rock meets Star Wars, and the main character is a hamster, and and it's a musical.
Main character's a hamster puppet?
No. The main character is going to be a real hamster. You know, everybody else is going to be puppets. They're going to be kind of, you know, Muppet sort of, you know, hang on here sort of things. But the hamster is going to be more in depth. The hamster is going to bring audiences to tears. It's going to be a dramatic role. You know, not too dramatic. You know, it's going to be funny. You know, we're gonna give the audiences, you know, something to really latch onto. But he's going to have moments where you just realize that I feel more for this hamster than I ever did for my dying grandma.
I love it. It's genius. And it's alive? Can you do that with a live hamster?
You can do that with pretty much anything. I mean, CG, animal training. We've made leaps and bounds with animal psychology. You know, I mean, you know, we used to think that, you know, it stopped at getting parrots to repeat phrases.
May I ask a question? It's a cross between Fraggle Rock and Star Wars. Musical?
Musical. That it wouldn't work otherwise, I don't think.
Is there a giant spider?
What
Did
do
you see Captain EO? That was a musical. That was a cross between Michael Jackson and Star Wars. Act 3, giant spider, woman. It's a formula, man, and I'm excited about this project. Whew, wow. What will we call it? Fur Blasters.
Once again?
Fur Blasters.
Fur Blasters. And that brings me back to the weapon that I didn't even get to. The main character, he has a weapon, and it's also a flute.
Okay.
He plays it, And
it's a magic flute.
Yes, and he can use it to either play music or kill people.
How do people die from the flute? This is the hamster playing the flute.
Yes. I mean, you got the sort of thing,
We have this incredible CGI department. What I'm thinking is you get the hamster in. I don't know, maybe we'll super glue the flute to its little paws or whatever it is that.
Yeah,
they're rodents, right? I don't know if they're part of the marsupial family or what. I really wasn't very good at biology. We get the flute in there, and what it is we'll have some sort of a mist come up. We'll CGI all of that, and we'll transform that mist into light.
I can see that. Yeah,
I'm excited.
Well, yeah. You got to have like the underdog gang. Well, the under hamster gang.
Who's my villain? A guinea pig?
No, I was thinking the villain would be a puppet, but a small one, like the unlikely villain. Where you see
a small spider.
We could work it that way. Just something very
but from outer space.
Well, yes, but non-threatening looking.
Charlotte's Web.
The idea is that it walks into a room and it looks so harmless that when everybody stops talking and suddenly stands at attention, you think, if this gets that reaction, he must be badass, to be like fluffy and cute, and you just want to take it home with you, and don't even get me starting on the merchandise.
And what I'm thinking right now in my head as I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing the hamster, and I'm seeing his devastating flute weapon, I'm thinking about my cat, and I'm thinking, I gotta get my cat in there as the sidekick, as the rebel thing, that somehow meets the hamster instead of having some sort of animosity. The cat leads the hamster in its crusade, maybe by showing it how to relax. Look at my cat.
And good, but not
That's
too
acting,
good.
man.
Yes, I mean,
I take a lot of cues from that cat.
We're not going to be able to use any cat but this one. I mean,
I'm glad you're willing to admit that.
It's uncanny, is what it is. I mean,
well, I'm excited. I'm excited right now.
Is there such a thing?
Is there a script? Is there a script?
No, we'll worry about that later. There's
a treatment and that's it.
Concept.
Do I have?
It's written on paper. It's written on a paper plate. Are there such things as contact lenses for cats? The cat is perfect.
He's got
except
he's got
for the
contact
eyes.
lenses on right now.
What are his?
I mean, that's not his natural color.
Oh, really?
Green.
You can do that.
Yeah, you could do that. Sure.
Oh.
Sure. He's got blue. Sometimes I dye his fur. It depends. St. Patrick's Day, green. And he's down with it. He doesn't really mind.
Looks like an Irish cat, come to think of it.
He doesn't complain.
Yeah. Well, that...
Looks like an Irish cat.